Yo, what is up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna continue with the walkthrough of Evolution, my new hardstyle song, and today I'm gonna show you the second part, the euphoric part. As you probably know, in the previous tutorial I showed you the first part where I show you the first breakdown and the mid intro or first drop, and now I'm gonna show you what I did in the second part with the melody to create this euphoric kind of vibe and so on. So if this video helps you or this walkthrough is helping you, don't forget to leave a like, and with all of that being said, don't wait more and let's start with it. Okay, so the second part is this one, from here to here, and I recorded here the song this way. If FL Studio crashes when I play because of the screen recorder, I'm not gonna have any problem. I will play it from here and just that. And well, the first drop ends like this. I'll come to the breakdown. And what do I have in this breakdown? I just needed something to create like a kind of calm part again to breathe, because you have all the energy in the drop and then you need something to rest. So what I added is just some pads. As you can hear, is a piano and two pads. It's kind of voicey one, so we keep the same kind of vibe that's in the drop and in the first breakdown. And this kind of like a string pad, something like this. Also, I have the vocals, of course, but with other phrases.
After years of evolution, we've created technology, we've created computers, and we've created synth.
And also, I have the sub bass here for the breakdown to cover the lows of the pads and to give body to them. So if I play with the pads, it gives the warmth. And I don't have anything else. As you can see here, I tried something different here also here. These were some vocals that I wanted to use at the beginning, but I decided to just record my own vocals. These automations here are just for this part, and here I also tried all new things, but at the end I decided to not use them. So just leave it like that: the pads, the sub bass, and the vocal. And as you can see here, I have some reverse sounds, and this one is just the pads, and this is just the vocal. After that, what I decided to do is add here like a kind of trap beat, so this way I give back a bit of energy, because if we end here the first drop and we start here the second drop, all of this without anything to give the energy back, maybe it's too much. So what I decided to do is just add this kind of trap part, and the drums sound like this. That, in my opinion, sounds pretty unique because of this percussion and this shaker that I decided to cut to give the rhythm I wanted. Also, apart from having the trap drums and the pads and the vocals, taking out the sub bass, of course, because I already have the 808, and having the effects, just the crash, the horns. This horn I use it here on the middle of the first drop, and some crashing noises. What I decided to do is add these vocals I use in the drop, but in a lower volume, as you can see here. And this way, what I'm doing is keeping the mind more or less the same vibe as in the first part. So in my opinion, the transition is better from the first part to the second part, because if you have here some sounds and then here completely different sounds, maybe the transition is not that good, but if you keep some of them and you're fading them out or something like this, in my opinion, it's gonna work a bit better.
But the best thing is,
and also what I did here, as you can see here, the pattern 6, that is the pads, it's cutted, and then here is not cutted, because what I did is change the chords. Here in the first part I have these chords, but then here in the next part that I didn't show you yet, I have these ones. So what I decided to do is add like a transition in the chords, so in this part the chords are different. So this way, transition from these 4 chords to these ones is a bit better. And also here, as these chords are rising, is adding more energy to this trap part and also making it like go up, that is what I wanted to do. And after that, we come to the next part where I'm starting to add the melody. So what do I have here? I still have these vocal sounds, but you know, as you can see with this volume automation, they are fading out. So it's like I'm switching from the first kind of vibe to this new one. I also added this plug here. That is the same sound as the arpeggio on this one. I also still have the pads, and here I started to add the new melody with the plug. As you can see, this was a melody that I had before that I didn't use at the end. And after that, just some effects. Here I have the crash, the horn. Here I bring back this kind of reverb plug and some noises. And also to give a kind of rhythm, what decided to is at the rides and the claps that I use it in the first breakdown. And here the snares. And the feel. This way I come to the next part, that is the euphoric part, where all the people is raising the hands and so on. Alright, so what do we have here? Here what we have first are the leads. They sound like this. And as you can see here are a lot of leads, but each one is adding something. So it sounds like this. These ones doesn't have a lot of things, just a bit of EQing, but then they go to this bus where, as you can see, I have Common Crusher, EQ, OTT, more EQ, Focus 1, more EQ. So it's just EQing and compressing, distorting, you know? Then they go to this bus where I have the reverb, and well, I have an Echo Boy, it's just a delay, and then the reverb, this is the reverb, not a really big one. And then both things, this bus and this reverb, go to this last bus where, as you can see, I have a lot of things. I have this plugin to give a bit more width to it, you know, to increase the sides, some EQ, OTT, deglue, OTT, EQ, OTT. As you can see, I use a lot of OTT, but it's not that much, just 9%, 5%, 13%. So I just use it because I need it. Maybe if you just need one OTT, just use one OTT. Sometimes I just use one, but in this case, I had to use more to add something extra in every moment. So I just use the 3. And if I take out the effects, they sound like this. Not really powerful, but if I add back the effects and with the reverb, I think they sound a lot more powerful. And here in the first bus, I have this gross beat with this preset, just this one. And what I'm doing here in some parts is increasing the gross beat. So it's adding this kind of gate effect or tremolo if I increase a lot. Then I also have the chords that I use it for this part, well, and for this drop too. Just normal chords. You could use these chords in progressive house, in big room, in whatever, in the genre you want. Then I have the sub bass. You can see I have here one sub bass, another sub bass, another sub bass, because I was trying different things. For example, here I just tried, you know, sustained notes. Here I added the rhythm of the melody to the sub bass. Here I was trying another thing. And here another kind of breakdown melody, but at the end I decided to use this one. And this bass is not the same as this one. I use it in the beginning of the second breakdown. In this bass, what I decided to do is add a lot of distortion to give some mids to it. So I use it, for example, the Camera Crusher, some EQ, the Focus 1, the Sausage Fattener, another EQ, some more distortion, another EQ. So what I want at the end is not have only sound here. I wanted some sound here. This is why I added some distortion, and this way I can cover a bit more the mids of the song. I also added some more chords, these ones. I decided to add more delay and more reverb to these chords. They also go to the bass here, but this way they sound a bit more in the background and they cover a bit more space. And after that, nothing else, just some impacts and noises and so on. But before going to the build-up, what I wanted to do is another part with this melody. So here I added first the claps and the rides again. I added back this plug sound. And here I added this reverb plug to give the ambient sound, because this way the song is not that fast, because otherwise I would have here this first part of the break, then the trap part, then I add the melody, then I have the super sauce, then I have the build up, and then I have the drop. In my opinion, it was too fast, too much changes, so I decided to keep the melody here, to keep the euphoric part before going to the build up. And before going to the build-up that is here, what I did here is just filter the sound, filter the leads and the chords. So this way I start the build-up with everything filtered. And what do I have in the build-up? Just the same as before, so I have the kick, I have the same percussions, but I added this one. To add more rhythm to it, it's just a trap snare. I also have the fills, and I have the same risers. The thing is just I have the leads and the chords filtered. And what I did here what I did just this part is from the previous melody that I like it, but it's the same note. So what I'm doing here is just use the gross beat, but a lot. So this way I add this kind of gate effect, and it's not just the melody, and it's a bit more interesting in my opinion, together with the feel. And after that we come to the drop. As you know, I lost the last kick. I don't know why, but well, I show you how you can get it. And well, what I did here, the kick is just the same as in the first drop. The difference is this note here, that it goes up. What I did is clone this one and just pitch it with the pitch thing here. As you can see, it's going up to the next note. Then here what I had to do is add a bit of layering to it to give the lows, because as I'm pitching it so high, I didn't have the lows. So what I decided to do is add this just a sine wave. It has a volume shaper to give a space to the attack of the kick. And this way is covering the lows. And apart from that, I don't have anything special, just the leads, the chords, those big chords that I added in the background, some white noise to give more highs, the impact, the downsweep, and nothing else, you know, as you can see. And here in the middle of the drop, what I did is add the same sounds that is in the middle of the first drop, that is this one. But I did the trick that I did before the drop, so the gate effect. So well guys, this is how I did the euphoric part of Evolution. In my opinion, it's kind of interesting. I have some things that I wanted to show you, like the trap part that I waited a bit more before the build-up to don't make the song too fast. The trick on the kick that is pitching to the next one and is not just changing completely. But apart from that, as you can see, it's just adding sounds, you know, it's creating the melody and adding some leads that you like, and adding some chords that you like, and making it sound full and sound euphoric and powerful. So well guys, this was everything about Evolution. I didn't explain the intro and the outro, but because they are not really interesting, just the kick and sounds that I have in the track. If you want to know how I did the intro and the outro, just check out the tutorials, because I do it in the same way, but just in this one is harsher, but it's exactly the same. And well, remember that this song is everywhere. It's here on YouTube, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, on Apple Music, and everywhere. So go there and stream it, save it, share it, and do whatever you want with it. Don't forget to leave a like if this video helped you, or if this walkthrough helped you. Don't forget to leave a comment if you want to know something that I didn't show you, that I didn't explain. Subscribe to don't miss anything, and guys, see you in the next video.